Nanotechnology. So what is nanotechnology? Nano.gov says that nanotechnology is a science, engineering, and technology conducted at the nanoscale, which is 1 to 100 nanometers. And so scientists are able to manipulate and control the atoms and molecules. And to see, just so you can get an idea of the sizing. So this picture right here is a picture of a nanotube, and it's 1 nanometer wide with the diameter, and you multiply that by 100,000 of the nanotubes and you get one strand of hair. And a sheet of paper is about 100,000 nanometers thick. The past. So nanotechnology did not, the concept of it did not emerge until 1959 when Richard Feynman gave a lecture on called "There's Plenty of Room at the Bottom" at the California Institute of Technology. However, nanotechnology wasn't popular until 1980s when Kruto, Smalley, and Crow discovered fullerenes, and Eric Drexler, which is pictured over here, wrote a book on nanotechnology. Now, two of our presidents advocated the nanotechnology research, and Clinton talked about it in his dinner once, and Bush passed the Century Nanotechnology Research and Development Act, which in terms created the National Nanotechnology Initiative, which prioritizes research in nanotechnology. And way past before those, we have colloid chemistry, and people use that to do ceramics and glass using colloid chemistry. So these two pictures here, people used the colloid chemistry to create ceramics and pottery because the nanoparticles are able to give them that distinct qualities. In this black and white picture, these hexagonal plates are just microscopic forms of the china clay, the present. So now we use it in food science because it helps against biological deterioration. That means it can safeguard against pathogens, and it gives us a longer shelf life. An example is the silver nanoparticles, which disinfects food, but it does so safely. It also protects against chemical ingredients. Like when you first cut the fruits, it will begin to oxidize. However, the antioxidants will help it retain its initial appearance. Additionally, it also enhances the food's physical properties with food coloring and anti-aging agents. It also improved the packaging of food. So right now, they're looking for ways the packaging to have tensile strength, rigidity, gas permeability, water resistant, and flame resistant. An example is the polymer nanocomposites. Nanotech Biochips is created by Michelle Kine, and her experimental goal is to create fluid channels thinner than human hair on the biochips. So she got her ideas from these Shrinky Dinks toys back in her childhood days, and so she used that idea. And so she used the Shrinky Dinks material, and she just put it in the oven and heated up. And so the plastic shrank and it formed ridges in turns, and because of that, it created channels. And uses for that includes stem cell research. It creates cardiac patches for heart attack sufferers, significantly improve the detection sensitivity of bioassays. Also, it's a warning system for Alzheimer's disease. So William Klein and Vinayak Dravid, they're developing a nasal spray that will cure Alzheimer's disease. Currently, they're at the stage where they are just getting the early warning system. So they create an antibody that links to iron oxide compounds. This process allows for the MRI to capture images of the disease early on. And these are just the pictures down here to compare the normal brain to the brain with Alzheimer's disease. So in the future, it will benefit the informational technology field greatly. It reduces energy consumption from milliwatts to nanowatts. And for image displays, it is going to be three-dimensional and it's going to look window-like. And it also just make costs lower and just things more efficient. Transforming the environment, it reverses the main cause of climate change. So the problem today is that we need enough energy to capture the 3 trillion tons of carbon dioxide that we emitted. And the solution is to thermodynamically capture and compress those carbon dioxide. And the environmental restoration, this picture here is a strip mining scar, and it is costly and incomplete to remove these toxic chemicals from today. However, with the new technology, we can improve cost and production of equipment. So these are the past, present, and future uses of